Welcome to Boss Up Babes, helping babes show up, boss up, and thrive. With #1 best-selling author, global influencer, and ultimate boss babe, Carissa Adkins. Carissa is a health and wellness expert and CEO of the 365 Daily Hustle, here to help mompreneurs and career-focused women boss up and reclaim their healthiest life. She is a pro at cutting through the BS and inspiring massive breakthroughs that help women create healthy routines and habits that facilitate personal and professional growth. Are you ready to reclaim your best life, take action, and be a badass boss babe? Let's get to it. What up, and welcome back to another fabulous freaking episode of Boss Up Babes show. We are a weekly show dedicated to all you badass women there looking to show up, boss up, and thrive in your life. I am the #1 mindset and health coach for female powerhouse millionaires. And today we are continuing on the conversation from how I went from broke ass coach to multiple six-figure coach. And yeah, we're just kind of continuing on the conversation. A couple weeks ago, I did a really powerful episode and I had like 12 strategies that I'm giving women on how they can boss up in their business and in their life. And honestly, like all my strategies, they're good for guys and they're good for girls. So it doesn't really matter there. But I was so sad because we literally only got to like the 4th strategy before my producers were like cutting me out. So yeah, I'm back and I am going to finish up the conversation because I know how important it is to get you from that like struggling coach who is so sick and tired of being on the struggle bus, spending all the money everywhere and not still seeing results. Because let's face it, I mean, unless you have a shit ton of money in your savings account and you're okay to keep tapping into that, we've got to stop making our businesses like hobbies and giving our services away for free. Okay. Before we dive in, we're going to start right off with strategy number 5. I'll give you a quick recap of what we talked about. But if you guys don't know me, I am Carissa. I am the host of Boss Up Babes, and I am a champion for women's mental and physical health. And I am on a freaking mission to help over 1 million results-driven women boss up their bodies so that they can boss up their bank accounts. As a high-performance habit coach, I help women build habits that support their big ass dreams. All right. So if you missed part 1, I do want to encourage you to go back and listen to it. In fact, listen to it probably 2 or 3 times because you'll probably get like golden nuggets even out of every new time you listen to it. But anyways, at the beginning of the podcast, I told my story about how I took that scary leap from corporate, a cushy salary, to coaching and speaking full time. And I'm not going to tell you about all the downhill slope that in 2019, all of a sudden, right? I do want to encourage you to go back and listen to it. It was episode, I think 46, I want to say. It was about 4 weeks ago. So just scroll through, listen to that one first, and then come right back to here. That way you have a little bit of backstory. Okay, so on that last episode, just to kind of recap the first 4 strategies, number 1 was get yourself organized, right? I literally time block everything, and having my schedule very organized and very tight, having that structure in place gives me freedom. It gives me so much freedom. Okay. Number 2, I talked about was decluttering. So this is everything from your house to your office, to the pens in your drawer, to the snack bin, to the ice cream in your freezer. Like, I know that I am a purger. Okay. So when I'm stressed, I tend to purge. Now, I know a lot of people, when they're stressed, we do all kinds of things. But I purge. I just want to throw everything away. But I do not that that's like the healthiest spectrum, because the other spectrum is like hoarding and keeping everything. But I do firmly believe that keeping your office nice and tidy so that every morning you walk into it, it's clean, it's fresh, and it like feels good. It allows you to have so much more mental energy. Okay. Number 3 was being authentic and real as fuck. Now, I really went on about this on the last time, because this is really important to me. I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to be me. And I know so many women wear so many masks. In fact, the layer of masks and hats that they wear is unbelievable. And then when I ask them like who they are, sometimes they just break down and cry. Like, these women don't even know who they are anymore. They've allowed these masks, these identities to define them. And now they don't know how to get away from them. They don't even know who they are, you guys. And that's so freaking sad. And it's really important. The reason why I was talking about it is because you being authentic in your marketing and your content will naturally attract people to you. Okay. So like I no longer have to go out and like find clients. Clients come to me. They read a post or they see me and they're like, damn, I want to be like her. And if I want to be like her, then maybe I should hire her as a coach. And so like, they just come naturally to me. Okay. So, but they do that because they see sexy content and content that is really me. I'm not afraid to piss somebody off with what I have to say, because I look at it as, if you don't like it, get off my channel, right? Get off my social media page. But this, honestly, it allows me to attract the right kind of clients, and it allows me to repel the women who would not really appreciate my style. Yeah, I have a really no BS approach to coaching and life and just living your most epic life. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, be authentic. And I think that this is, like, I don't care what people think of me. And I learned this lesson probably like 6 years ago, because when I was 213 pounds and smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day and shoved all the fast food fries down my mouth and hated my life and turned to booze and instead of love and light, people judged me. People freaking judged me for being fat and obese and being the mom that smoked around her kids. Like, people judged me. And I'm here to tell you, yeah, I don't smoke anymore and I'm healthy as hell and my body is sexy, but guess what? People still judge me. And it's nothing that I can do. I can't do anything about what other people think of me, nor is it my freaking problem. So I'm always authentic and I'm always real. And that to me is sexy. Okay. That is sexy marketing at its best. All right. So quit being fake. Number 4, we talked about creating yourself an attitude of gratitude by keeping track of those hell yes wins and really feeling into it. Okay. I'm not going to go into this one deep because we already went there in the last episode, but yes, track your hell yes wins and celebrate them. You deserve it. Okay. And if you're waiting for permission to go celebrate like your awesomeness, this is the moment right here. I'm going to give it to you. Go out and be fucking badass. Okay. You deserve it. All right. Number 5, moving on to 5. So grab your pen and paper, flip back a couple of pages. Cause I know if you're following me, then I'm always giving you strategies and tips. So just, put a little on the top of your page, part 2 of that, from broke coach to 6-figure coach. Yeah. So number 5 is clarity and vision. So I'm very clear on where I want to go with my business, with my life. Okay. I'm very clear on the values that I have, the mission that I'm here to support, the vision that I stand for. I can very easily tell you that the 365 Daily Hustle is a global health, lifestyle, and mindset coaching company that helps women boss up their bodies and their bank accounts. We work with women who are results and purpose-driven female leaders, women who want it all. Healthy mindset, strong body, deep intimacy, thriving businesses, and a fat bank account. And we believe in a world where women can have it all and they are capable of having it all. Okay. So I'm very clear on what my purpose is and how my business is going, right? I actually just created my 3-year vivid vision planning, and I put like a whole 13-page document together. And I actually I'm going to host a vivid vision planning retreat. So if that's something you're interested, send me a DM, but it just allows me to get very super clear on where I'm going. Okay. Because when I have that type of clarity and focus, you guys, it makes every other decision in my life really easy. It either supports my vision or it don't. And if it's a hell yes this way, cool, I'm going to follow it. If it's a hell no this way, let it go. Okay. Let it go. I can very easily tell you what my values are. Okay. And this goes for my business and for me. And this is for my team too. We really embrace and embody all the values. So our values are integrity. We do the right thing even when no one's watching. We drink the Kool-Aid and we preach it, right? So we not just preach it, where a lot of coaches are out there like spilling all their jazz, and then you like look at their like their life and you're like, whoa, you're not who I thought you were, right? Like that's not us. Okay. If you've been following me, if you know me, if you're a client of mine, you know that every day I get up and I work out. You know, every Sunday I'm meal prepping. You know that I'm doing my spiritual practice or my EFT tappings. Like if I'm teaching it to you, I better have freaking be doing it myself. And that's really respectable. In fact, I won't hire a coach, that doesn't do what they preach. Right? That'd be like you hiring a health coach, and then all of a sudden you find them at freaking McDonald's and they're like chowing down on the double Big Mac and French fries. Okay. And they're like, no, you shouldn't be eating this, but then they like eat it. Okay. So yeah, like integrity is important to us. Health, right? I'm not going to go through all of my values, but excellence. We strive to exceed our clients' expectations all the time. We commit dedication to our clients, listeners, and ourselves. Okay. We don't just commit to we don't just commit to living our, best life for our clients, but we commit that for ourselves. Innovation, hustle, willingness to go all the way every day. You can tell that I know who I am through and through. And I work with so many entrepreneurs and I'm like, cool, when did you create your mission and values statement and you're like objective? And they're like, oh, like 10 years ago. And I'm like, oh, I think it's time to update that. Right? Like I am not doing business like I was 10 years ago. That is for sure. So that can always be updated. However, my values really haven't changed since I launched my business. And that's really cool to kind of look back and reflect on, because I just know that I'm true with myself, right? Like that feels really good to know that, wow, yeah, I was in alignment then when I made that scary decision to leave corporate, and I'm in alignment now. And that feels so good, so good. Okay, number 6, it's a really important one. And again, if you miss like where all of this is coming from, if you're like, wait, I thought she was a health and wellness. A couple of weeks ago, well, now like a month ago, I was speaking on a stage with women. Duh. And, I just got done giving all of my signature talk. Plus I gave them strategies on how to boss up their nutrition, their fitness, their stress, and their mindset. And after all is said and done, I've got like 20 minutes for Q&A. They're like, Carissa, you're killing it in your business. How are you doing it? So they're like, how are you like living your most healthiest life ever? And you're killing it in your business, and you just got married, and you're moving, like all these amazing things. And I was like, oh shit. So I just started rattling off all of these strategies. And that's really like what inspired these podcast episodes. So number 6 is one of my favorite things. And this actually attracts clients to me as well, is I walk the walk. Okay. And I talk the talk. I am the coach that I want my coaches to be like. I am the client I want my clients to be like. Meaning kind of goes back to like one of my core values, but like I show up, I'm in a lot of coaching programs. Okay. Like I told you, I'm a personal development junkie. I love personal growth. I love business growth. I'm very growth-oriented mindset. I have a growth-oriented mindset. I just love learning. I love learning. I love applying all my new learnings. I just love it. But I show up to my coaching calls, like the coaches I'm paying big bucks to be in. I show up 100%. That's just how I roll. Right? If you tell me to cut up a watermelon, more than likely, I'm going to freaking ball every ball of it. Okay. And then like make skewers out of it. I don't do shit half-ass. I walk the walk and I talk the talk. And you guys, on my sales calls, when I'm like, why me, right? Why me? I mean, besides the fact that I'm the #1 mindset and health coach, like why me? And they're like, Carissa, we watch you and we want like you live the life you preach. And that's really, really important. You guys, so if you want to like start attracting like higher paying clients, Ask yourself when the last time you spent money on yourself, right? You are the reflection. So be the client that you want to be the coach that you want to have. Okay. If you've tried all the coaches in the world and you're like, oh, like I got a little bit out of it, but like, oh, that was not great. Like, be the coach you want to have. Create the programs that you wish someone would create for you. That's beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Number 7, have a plan. Whew. Like, this is honestly one of the biggest mistakes women make in nutrition and in fitness and in stressful situations, like everywhere. This freaking strategy applies to all levels, like all levels of life. Okay. All areas, all levels. So having a plan, right? Creating a detailed breakdown of not just the goals and the action steps, but like a very detailed plan. So like 2 months ago, I posted a story on like, I was making my $600,000 revenue plan. And I like did it on one of those really cool, like fast reels, because obviously when you're making a plan like that, it takes like 2 hours. And so I cut it down because this was obviously for an Instagram reel. I cut it down for like, right. It was like so tiny, but you start with the goal in mind, like you start with the big vision and you work your way down. So first it started with how many women do I want to impact this year, right? And how am I going to do that? And then once I reach like, oh yeah, I'm going to impact 1 million women this year. Then I'm like, well, how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to like do that through my coaching programs and my speaking on stages and my books and all kinds of things, right? Facebook Lives, podcast interviews, things like that. And so I'm like, cool. So now I have like a money goal. Like now I have my revenue goal. So I break that down. How many clients is that? How many of each program is that? How many calls do I need to have? How many human sacred connections do I need to be having with people? How many conversations, inviting them to have one of these conversations with me? You get the idea. You start with the big top goal and then you reverse engineer it all the way down to everything, every single thing you need to do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, so that you reach that goal. This is something that I teach. In fact, it's one of my favorite things to do. I'm hosting an event in November. It'll be goal planning, vivid vision goal planning. So much fun. But you guys get yourself a plan. Like, why would you? It's like me trying to drive to Florida with no map. I don't know about you, but I probably couldn't figure that out. Okay. Like it would take me probably like 2 weeks to like figure that out if I was doing it on my own. And so instead of having like a plan, right, setting the GPS and getting me there the fastest, that's what a plan does. Okay. It gets you there fast. It knows when the road bumps are. It knows when the detour signs are. Like set it and forget it. Put your plan into place and then work your plan. All right. Couple more. Number 8 is invest in a coach. I have multiple coaches. Hi, I'm Carissa. I have a coaching problem. No, but for real, you guys, I have 3 coaches. I have one, I'm a part of Women, 100 Most Powerful Women. I feel pretty good about that one, right? Just the title just makes me feel sexy. The second coach that I have is, his name's Logan, and they have Simplified Scaling. And then the third program that I absolutely love, I'm freaking loving this entire team. It's called Uplift Millions. And it has been my biggest investment that I've ever made in myself and in my business. But guess what? If that's how I'm showing up, that's the type of clients that I'm going to be calling in. So number 8, really the tip or the strategy here is to invest in a coach, get a mentor, right? Every year, for the last 3 years, I've invested in myself and in my business by hiring coaches. If I wanted to speak on stage, guess what? I worked with Les Brown. I also worked with Dee Dee Wong as a speaking coach. I have a leadership coach, a mindset coach, right? I have, if a new limiting belief pops up, I can call Joy, who is a mindset mentor, and she can work on those limiting beliefs with me. Okay. So have the right support in your pocket. And if you can't invest in a coach, you can follow coaches. I mean, every day in the Healthy Hustle Facebook group, I'm constantly giving you guys strategies, tips, and like free workouts, recipes, healthy recipes, meal planning tips, mindset strategies. Like there are ways that you can invest in yourself without having to pay for a coach yet, if you can't afford one. Okay. So the idea that you can't afford one is a joke, in my opinion. There's so many times where I was like, I can't afford this. I'm like, no, I can't not afford this, right? Like I have to invest in this because this is my life. This is my business. And so I invest. And yes, sometimes that means I've got to stalk my coaches for a little bit and take all their free stuff that I can get from them until I'm ready to invest in them. All right. So get yourself a mentor, get yourself a coach, have some sort of outsider's perspective. And really, coaching is really great for that. It brings a lot of awareness, it's perspective, it's accountability, it's support, it's love, it's kindness. There's so many things that a coach really can offer. So if you've had a bad experience with a coach, I want to say that not all coaches are created equal. That would be like saying like one bad person on the basketball team means the whole team sucks, right? Like, no, there's typically really awesome players on that team. And they just have like a few bad apples on it. That may not have been the best metaphor, but oh, well, you get what I'm saying here. If you have a bad experience, say, screw it, I'm going to try again. You can't not afford to try it. Okay. This is your life. This is your business, ladies. Get yourself a very powerful coach. Get someone who's 10 steps ahead of you from where you want to be. If you want to be a speaker, an international speaker, two-time best-selling author, in the best shape of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, like, hey, consider hiring me. I've already been there, done that, right? All right, cool. Number nine, one of my favorites. I almost thought about putting this one dead last because it is so important, but it comes in at number 9. It's my spiritual practice. I call this my spiritual power hour on my calendar. Okay. So it's a very powerful spiritual practice that allows me to manifest and live my most epic life ever. So every single morning, I thought I would just walk you through what my personal spiritual practice hour looks like. Okay. So every morning I sit right here and I EFT, and EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's called tapping, right? I'm not going to get into the specifics. If you're interested in it, follow me over in the Healthy Hustle. And I do it all the time for those ladies. I also do it with my own clients, but they're more custom for my clients. But you get the idea. So EFT tapping. So I do that. It's about 8 minutes long. Let me rewind it really quick. Now my calendar would show a full hour time slot. It's from 8 to 9 every single morning, Monday through Friday. It is a part of my business day. Okay. I start my business day off like this. Okay. But it didn't start there. In end of 2019, 2020, I said, I want to be really good at this thing called meditation and like tapping into alignment and like manifesting. And I don't even know what this means, but like, all these amazing women say they do this. And I'm like, okay, so if I want to be amazing, then I've got to do it. And so I started small. So I started with 5-minute guided meditations. 5 minutes, right? And now here I am, like I have a full 60 minutes. So what I do in my 60 minutes is I EFT tap. Okay. That's 8 to 10 minutes long max. Then the minute I'm done with my tapping, I read my affirmations. Okay. So let me just read it to you right now. I am a woman who earns $50,000 every single month. I live an incredible epic life and I walk in my queenship. How cool is that? And then I flip it over and I read my prayer. I said, I am a vessel for receiving $50,000. I am worthy of receiving $50,000 and I am open to receiving the honor and contribution that will allow me to help more women thrive. I know that this is a blessing and that it is meant for me. Thank you for this gift, God. Thank you for the honor. Today I receive it graciously. How cool, right? And I just feel so powerful thinking about it. So after I read this, it's literally like an index card. If you know me, if you're a client of mine, like I love my index cards, okay? And then I open my little journal. It says, winning the game I'm playing. How freaking perfect is this? So this little journal, I date it. And it says, today I am calling in, or I want to receive whatever, right? Today I want to receive 10K. And sure as shit, all of a sudden, after my practice, I go back and I get to highlight and I get to circle. And I'm like, wow, I just brought in $16,000 today. Right? Like that's more than I made my very first year in coaching. So I circle it, I highlight it, and that allows me to kind of track. And like, this is proof, right? This works. This works for me. So that's what I do. And it's so freaking cool. So yeah, when I'm done with that, I put my note card back in and then I read this cute little awesome daily mantra. And then I will typically tip my chair back and get nice and relaxed. And I put myself into a mini hypnosis session that I've recorded for myself. And it's called the Business Growth Meditation. And yeah, I'm planting beautiful thoughts and seeds inside my brain. And that's like 10 minutes long. And then I go into reading and the whole bit. But the really cool thing here, if you're wanting to be a wealthy woman, right? I want to encourage you to get yourself a stack of fake bills or get yourself a stack of real bills. Doesn't matter. However, every morning I bring this up because every morning when I'm doing my EFT and I'm doing my meditation on business growth, and you guys don't get me wrong, like I talk about money all the time because I love money and money loves me. However, it's not always about the money. It's about the impact, right? And if you got to know me on a personal level, you would know that, I come from, I won't say I come from nothing because everyone comes from something, but I don't come from money, right? I didn't know what it was like to have rich parents who could just afford everything, and I worked really hard on my money mindset and my beliefs around money and my limiting beliefs around them. And I'm telling you, I no longer feel them. But part of living your most epic life is envisioning the plan, which is what I'm doing during meditation, but then really embodying the plan. I remember when I sold my mom car, it was a Kia Optima, and I bought my fucking Audi, my dream car. 2-door, cute little white thing. It's a sexy car. I feel sexy driving it. Okay. So I remember leveling up, and that was scary. That was like 2020. That was really scary for me. No, wait, it was 2021, I think. And I was like, you know what? I am not the old mom. Like, I am not the mom. I am not the woman who drives a Kia Optima. Like, if I want to be the queen and live my most epic life, I need to start acting like the woman. Now, I'm not saying go out and like spend money like a mad woman. Okay. Like, I'm still smart with my money, but I want to feel it. I want to see it. I want to touch it. You need to embody it. So if you want to be healthy, guess what? Start walking around as if you're already healthy. Make healthy choices. Okay. So really embody that, really feel that into your body. Okay. Number 10, 11, and 12, I'm going to go really, really fast. No, so number 10 is show up consistently. Even when no one is liking your posts or watching your Facebook lives, show up. Okay. I tell that to my clients with health and weight loss. I'm like, show up every day in the gym, show up every day, show up and be consistent with your food. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your nutrition doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be more consistently healthy. Okay. So show up with consistency. Number 11 is to ask. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need and for what you want. Okay. Don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Don't be afraid to ask for a connection. Don't be afraid to ask a little respect for yourself. So maybe you have a husband who talks down to you. Don't be afraid to say, hey, you know what? That's not okay with me. And I need you to start talking to me better. Don't be afraid to do that. Okay. So ask. It's a 3-letter word that could ultimately change your life. Ask. The very first letter, very first 3-letter word that will change your life is knowing your why. Okay. And I'm not going to get into that. All right. Number 12, last one is I take care of my clients. So again, we're talking about how I consistently make 20, 30, 40K. I'm shooting for 50K months consistently. And the first thing is I do is I take care of my own clients first. Right. I'm very grateful for them. I'm very blessed for them. And I coach them because I truly care. I want them to have a transformation, not just because it's what I like to do, but because it's freeing. I know what 100 pounds of fat off my body did to me. I know what it's like to live on the other side of happiness. Right? The struggle, the overwhelm, the stress, the depression, the lack of sleep, the feeling gross in your body, the waking up every day, feeling ugly in your clothes, feeling unworthy of love. I know what that feels like. And I know what it feels like to be unstoppable, to truly be able to say, I'm living my most epic life. And that's not a lie. That's awesome. So that's why I truly take care of my clients. I go above and beyond for them. All right, you guys, I'm going to end it with that because I'm so excited. I'm passionate for what I do. Hopefully you can tell that. Hopefully you found these strategies very helpful. Feel free to drop me a DM. I would love to know. Just take a screenshot of this podcast interview or if you're watching this on Roku, take a screenshot and send me a DM. Tell me what your favorite part about, the episodes are, whether it's part 2 or part 1, whichever one you happen to catch. I would love to know. And it's so amazing. We're like deep into, it's almost done. We've had such a beautiful month for the September challenge, the 30 days of self-growth and lifestyle challenge. That was hosted over in the Healthy Hustle. So we are gearing up for October. We're doing a really fun membership drive in our community. I'm giving away a $100 gift card at the end of October to whoever invites the most of their lady friends into the community. And then in November, we're doing a goal planning vivid session. So just kind of be looking for that. I would be stoked if you'd want to come join me, but it all starts in the Healthy Hustle. So hop on over there, ask to be a member. You do have to be a woman that is driven and passionate and things. But yeah, come on over there. We're a beautiful community supporting one another. And with that, you guys, I am a high performance habit changing coach providing health, mindset, and life coaching mentorship to women. If you are tired of playing small and you know you're meant for more, feel free to book that free 15-minute Get Fit Clarity call with me. I don't work with every woman that, wants to work with me. I really seriously do only work with women who are dead freaking serious and ready to take action and boss up to the next level of greatness. So if that's you, let's talk soon. And I will see you next week on the next week's podcast. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Boss Up Babes with Carissa Adkins, bringing you tangible tips and expert coaching advice to help you boss up and get healthy. Tune in every second and fourth Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com for interviews with industry leaders and powerhouse boss babes that will empower you to take action and live your best life. If you're ready to boss up and work with Carissa in one of her transformative group coaching programs, visit 365dailyhustle.com.